So here in America, Christmas is a pretty big deal. So much so that certain members of a certain media organization often claim that Christmas is under attack. A war on Christmas, if you will. Now, most intelligent people, rational people, you ask, Christian or otherwise, concede that the war on Christmas in America is pretty much bullshit. Utter bullshit. Most people don't believe it's happening. It's a bullshit meme. But what if I told you that elsewhere in the world, the war on Christmas is actually quite real? Now, from that, we go to the Daily Beast. Now, they report that Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah of the country of Brunei recently announced that Sharia, or Islamic law, would be introduced in the country. Now, for me personally, I'm not an advocate of religious law. Any religious law, whether it be Sharia or Christian Sharia or anything like that. Look, any law that advocates for public flogging or stoning to death of other people for doing completely human things is wrong. I don't advocate for any of that. Religious laws of any type, I'm absolutely against. Now you're going to ask, what does that have to do with the war on Christmas? Well, it turns out that after this, the Sultan has issued his latest crackdown using Islamic law on people, quote, openly enjoying Christmas. So in Brunei, you actually can't even openly enjoy Christmas. For example, wearing a Santa hat in public could land you 5 years in prison. And forget putting up that Christmas tree. Well, you're fucked. You put up a Christmas tree, $20,000 fine, and 5 years in prison. That's insanity. And last year, the Sultan's Religious Enforcement Division raided businesses and demanded that Christmas trees be destroyed and store clerks take off their Santa costumes. Why? This is insanity. Well, it turns out that they don't have freedom of religion. And also, well, they don't want Muslims celebrating Christmas. Because as some imams have said, whoever imitates a people is one of them, and this is from the Quran. In other words, any Muslim who so much jingles a bell is automatically considered a kafir or an unbeliever. Remember, this is strict Islamic Sharia law, right? Now, speaking during a sermon at Friday's prayers, an imam explained that the ban included lighting candles, putting up Christmas trees, singing carols, putting up decorations, or creating sounds, and doing anything that amounts to respecting their religion. So wait, in Brunei, you can't even make a Christmassy sound. So, like if you said ho, 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 or if you just said ho, or whatever, you would be in trouble. That's ridiculous. The same imam said, some may think that it is a frivolous matter and should not be brought up as an issue. But as Muslims and as a secure nation, whatever that is, we must keep it away as it could affect our Islamic faith. So wait, Christmas could affect your Islamic state. That's insanity. Look, here's the issue, right? Here's the bottom line. This Sultan, I don't believe he believes at all in his own bullshit. And I'm going to get to that later. And also, I don't think these imams believe their bullshit. And I've said it before. If you have so little faith in your religion, into the strength of your religion, maybe that religion's not for you. If you have to ban other religions because of the competition, well, that means you don't actually believe that your faith is the strongest. Maybe you shouldn't be in that faith. Because essentially what you're doing is that you're using your faith as a tool to oppress others. You so desperately want to be right. You so want to be right that you have to shut out old dissension. That's ridiculous. If it can't stand on its own merit, that says something. Okay? That says something. But, that's my atheism talking, right? Now, the imam continued, quote, when celebrating such festivities, there certainly exist beliefs and practices that are against the teachings of Islam. Be careful not to follow such celebrations that are totally not related to Islam. Totally not related. Okay. So now we get to the hypocrisy here, right? You see, this law it seeks to prevent anyone from doing anything that's not related to Islam, whether it be jingling a bell or putting up a Christmas tree. And this Sultan, well, the hypocrisy of it is the Sultan would certainly know about those kinds of activities. Now, in a 2011 Vanity Fair profile, this Sultan and his brother, known as Prince Jeffrey, were described as, quote, constant companions in hedonism. You know what they did? They had famously kept a harem of women. They had a harem from all over the world, not just in their own country, but all over the world. In their palaces, aboard the fleet of private jets, or invited inside what is thought to be the world's most expensive collection of supercars. Oh, how Islamic. And get this. Prince Jeffrey once owned a yacht. A 150-foot yacht that he called Tits. Oh, come on, man. What the fuck? Tits. Yes. I have a yacht called Tits. Look at me. I'm so Islamic. That's ridiculous. See, that's how you know it's all bullshit. They don't follow their own faith. They don't believe in their own faith. And unfortunately, these are the most powerful men in the country where they now have Islamic law, where the punishment for other people committing adultery is stoning to death. They can't drink alcohol, flogging. Alcohol consumption is a flogging offense, by the way. And there's capital offenses for rape and sodomy. However, this dude, and now I'm not talking about Prince Jeffrey, but this, Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah can't even keep it in his own marriage. He can't even keep it in his own harem. One member from the harem told the Daily Beast last year that the Sultan was prone to straying from his 3 wives. 3 wives. Jillian Lauren wrote, quote, I am no expert in international human rights. My only qualification in commenting on this issue is that one drunken evening in the early 90s, the Sultan and I committed at least 2 of the aforementioned offenses as we looked down at the lights of Kuala Lumpur from a penthouse suite. And here you have it. This man is an absolute hypocrite. You see, this is one of many reasons to be against religious law, be it Sharia law, be it Christian Sharia, which is what I like to call our fundamentalist version of it, because it's almost exactly the same. Look, a fundamentalist of both religions believes essentially the same things. No adultery, harsh punishments for regular offenders. They're against women's rights, gay rights. They want to stone gay people, etc., right? Now, our Christian fundamentalists will look at that and go, yes, I love those laws. I want to have them here. I want to have our version of those laws. It's about competition. It's not about who's right. It's about who's competing with me. And that's what this move's all about. This isn't about honoring Islam. This is about keeping people controlled. And that's unfortunately what religion does. And they look at this and over here, our Christian fundamentalists, and they say that's exactly what we want to do. Well, that's why they hate Islam so much. It's competition. People hate competition. Our fundamentalists, look, it's almost the same, right? Except for the banning of Christmas, obviously. Obviously, our Christian fundamentalists here don't do that. But if you think that they wouldn't try to ban other religions from celebrating their holidays or just outright ban them, that's ridiculous. Of course that's what they want to do. That's what all these fundamentalists want to do. But see, this is what makes America so great. What makes America so great is because we're secular. And we allow all religions to practice whatever the hell they want. And this is why we need to make sure that we as a country stay secular and not allow any religion. I don't want us to turn into the Christian version of Brunei, where we tell other faiths that, hey, you can't celebrate that. Because that's going to make our Christians stray. That's ridiculous. All this religion is all about trying to control people. Now, I'm not saying religion in general, but I'm saying these most fundamentalist strains of religion, the things that do Sharia law, and our Christian fundamentalists here, that's what they want to do. That's what they use their religion to do. And that's why it's very important. It is most vital to keep the most American of traditions alive. And that's the tradition of secularism.